Hey everyone, welcome back to JavaMentor.net. In today's video, let's learn about classes and objects. For the start of this tutorial, let's think about books for a second. I just opened two books on the Amazon just to see what every book has. So every book has a title, every book has a description, it has an ISBN number, publication date, it has length, and so on and so on. So this book is a book about machine learning and how to write code in Python for the machine learning, and it's a very funny book. I read one part of it. And I opened another book, a book about chess, which is about one King's Indian opening, and I will not bother you too much about that. But this book also has a title and a description and length and language and publisher and pretty the same attributes as the previous one. So you can think of a class like a template. So class is a book. Every book has the same attributes: title, ISBN, description, number of pages, and so on and so on. An object is one instance of the class. One particular book is one object. So this hands-on machine learning book will be one object, and this King's Indian complete repertoire will be another object. So let's just dive into code and try to create a class and spawn multiple objects of it. Okay, new Java class. So we said we want to create new class named book, and we said every book has a title, right? Title is a text, so that's why we need to put string here. So we need, for every attribute of the book, we need to specify what is the data type of that attribute. So every book has a number of pages. For example, does it have a hard cover? For example, then attribute ISBN, then attribute description, and so on and so on. We can add multiple attributes, but let's name those for now. So let's try to create a particular book now. So we go back to our main class, and we go here and we say book equals new book. So this is how you create a new instance of the class using keyword new, and we created a new object. Now this line, we will explain this line a bit later more, but let's for now give this book an attributes. So we are trying to create this book first, let's say this one. So this is the title of the book, right? Book.title equals, that's it, book.number of pages, let's say 300, and book.ISBN equals, let's copy paste the ISBN, let's say this one. Okay, that's one book. Let's create, and that book is named King's Indian, so it makes sense to rename this variable to King's Indian Defense Book. KID is a shortcut to King's Indian Defense. Okay, let's create another book. Book Machine Learning AI, for example. That's another book. So we created new object of the book class, and we need to add in the same fashion the title, we need to populate another attributes as well. Let's say this one has 600 pages, and then it has a hardcover, and so on and so on. So we created a book class, which is a template. Book class is not a particular book, so we don't have any information about chess book here, machine learning AI book here. No, this is a template for every book. And then we created two objects using new keyword to create a particular books. So we created two specific books. Now you can take a look here, because we are inside class main, and you can say, okay, this is a class main, and we created a method inside the class. Can we create method inside book? We can. Book can have attributes. Actually, class can have attributes and can have functions. So we added our attributes. Now let's create one function which will, for example, calculate what is the weight of the physical book. So let's start with the weight is in grams, for example. It's a whole number, so we will name that function weight. And let's say that this weight function is based on page numbers, and let's say it's based on, for example, does it have a hard cover? For example, every page is equal to 2 grams, and if it has a hard cover, then add 100 more grams. If we take a look at our tax calculator function that we created previously, that tax calculator has some inputs and it has some outputs, right? Actually, one output and multiple inputs. And in our weight function, we don't have inputs. Okay, let's add those inputs. So number of pages, and does it have a hard cover? So weight is equal number of pages multiplied by 2, right? And then we need to say if this book has a hardcover, then weight is equal, we need to add 100 more grams, right? And then return weight. That is our calculation for the weight. And then we can call this function here on one of the books. We should choose one of those two books where we want to calculate weight. For example, if we want to calculate weight of this ML AI book, then we should go with the object of that book, object of that specific book, and on that object we need to say object name dot, and it offer us, okay, weight, cool, and it asks us, okay, give me inputs, number of pages, and boolean, does it have a hardcover? And then you can say, wait a second, didn't I already gave you number of pages? Like, take a look here, I already gave you number of pages, right? What will happen if I go with different number of pages now? Now it doesn't complain, it's not red, but which number of pages will be used now? This one or this one? And that is an excellent question. And the answer is, you don't need to have inputs here. And you don't need to have inputs here as well, because you can use attributes for calculation. So you can do calculation on attributes. You already gave the data this way, number of pages equals something, title equals something, blah blah blah. And this object will remember that data, and you can use that data inside your functions. Okay, now it works much better. Number of pages equal 600. It has hardcover. We can even try to system out print line this weight just to make sure it works. And let's just say here weight is and then something. Okay. So for this book it should be 1030, right? Okay, it is 2 times 600 and plus 100 for this. That works. Awesome. There are plenty of unexplained things here. For example, what is this new keyword? What is this static? What is this void? Why do we have those brackets here? What are those brackets doing here? Maybe even you experienced some errors at your PC when running the code. We will explain that as well. Also, let me see, I wrote down. Yeah, I think those are the things that are currently unexplained. We will explain those things in the following tutorials one by one. So for that, stay with us and see you in the next video.